Hey guys, it's Amy here, and today is a little bit of a momentous occasion. It's the 1 year anniversary of this channel here at Shout Amy, and I thought I would celebrate by giving you all a book haul. So these are going to be the books that I was given over Christmas, or ones I have bought since Christmas, or purchased in January, December basically. My grandparents actually gave me a few books for Christmas, which was very nice of them, and the first of those was The Gates by Jon Connolly. I actually read The Book of Lost Things by Jon Connolly recently and really rather enjoyed it, and this is supposed to be quite amusing. It says Samuel Johnson versus the Devil, round 1, so, and from the cover you can kind of tell that it's going to be possibly quite an amusing and kind of weird book. And Jon Connolly's The Book of Lost Things was very dark and creepy. If you watched my 2013 top books, then you will see that I talked about it there because it was one of my favourite books of the year. So hopefully this will be like The Book of Lost Things and also be very, very good. So the second book that my grandparents got me was The Invisible Order, and this is the second in the Invisible Order series, and this is called The Fire King. It's by Paul Crilley. I read the first in the series over Christmas and really enjoyed it. I'd say this is aimed at young teenagers, although I really enjoyed it anyway, and I don't think books should be labelled as to who can read what and when. But the main girl in this book is rather young, so if you don't like reading from a young perspective, maybe this series won't be for you. I'm looking forward to seeing where the story goes, as the first one was quite exciting and left on a good point, so hopefully the second book will be equally as exciting. Okay, so the next book I received from my sister, and it was Whodunit by Jon Scieszka. I'm not sure on that last name. The premise of this book is that Jon Scieszka, or whatever his name is, has got together all these different YA authors, and together they have written and collected stories for this book. I have read it, but I will give a more thorough review of it in my January wrap-up, as it was a little disappointing. Sorry for the lighting change, the sun has suddenly decided to come out after weeks of not being here, so it's being very annoying. The next book I received was from my boyfriend, and he got me The Children of Men by P.D. James. I have also read this book, and I really loved it. So much so that I think it'll actually be in my top books for this year. I really enjoyed this book, and I will be talking more about it in my January wrap-up. Next in my haul is a set of books that I've actually been collecting myself, and I've only just managed to collect them all, and they are the complete series of the Sherlock Holmes adventures by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Each of these books are really pretty in their own right. We have A Study in Scarlet, The Sign of Four, The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, The Memoirs of Sherlock Holmes, The Return of Sherlock Holmes, The Hound of the Baskervilles, The Valley of Fear, His Last Bow, and finally The Casebook of Sherlock Holmes. So far I've only read the first 2 in the series, and I'm hoping to get around to reading some more soon, as I thoroughly enjoyed them. And with the TV series being absolutely massive right now, I really can't wait to read more into the Sherlock world. And so the final 3 books are from my favourite author of all time, and if you've watched many of my videos you'll know that I absolutely adore J.R.R. Tolkien, and I am very happy to have the books that I received for Christmas. First of which was from my mum, and she got me Roverandom by J.R.R. Tolkien, and this copy is absolutely gorgeous. It's one of the pocket-sized editions, which is really, really small and absolutely beautiful, with the illustrations Tolkien did himself on the front. And I've also read this book and I really, really enjoyed it. It was such a beautiful little story, and I'll be doing a much thorough review of it in my January wrap-up. To go along with this book, I actually purchased myself the Hobbit pocket-size editions, and as you can see they both go along really well together. They're absolutely gorgeous. They both have the same kind of matte finish to them, and it's just beautiful, and they look really lovely on my shelf. And obviously I've already read The Hobbit many times. I actually have about 5 editions of it, I think, which is a little excessive, but I do love them all, and I just, it's just brilliant. Don't you think they look pretty? And so the final book I have to show you is a book I bought myself off Amazon, and it is The Amazing and Extraordinary Facts on J.R.R. Tolkien, and it's by Colin, Duriez. This is a book I've been eyeing for a really long time, and it's just got loads of quirky little facts and interesting things and stories to do with J.R.R. Tolkien, and I'm looking forward to delving in and out of this one because I think it's more of a coffee book table. A coffee book table? A coffee table book. I think this is more of a coffee table book rather than one you sit down and read all in one go. Needless to say, this and the last 2 books look really nice on my shelf together. So finally, I just want to say thank you to everyone who's been with me for the past year. If you've joined recently, or if you've been with me since the beginning, then that's all great, and I really appreciate you all. I think it's a fantastic thing that you all comment and like my videos and talk to me. I love chatting to you in the comments, so if you have any comments on the books that I have showed you today, then please talk to me down below. I'd love that. I will also leave down below my Facebook, blog, Twitter, Goodreads, all those links. If you want to add me as a friend, I'm very welcoming to people being my friend. I love making new friends. So I'll leave all that down below, and I think that's everything for today. I hope you're all having a fantastic day, and I'll see you soon. Bye! It was another kind of Harry Potter series for me. Like, I started reading them and I just thought I need to finish, I need to like know what happens to them, and there is another series after called The Heroes of Olympus,